Norman has gotten a whole lot of folks with similar interests, priorities together in Los Angeles. And he says those armies of impersonators of John Melton Brady, Stone Cold Melton, handsome ball guy. The military with them, the wolves among us, and this is the Military Pitbull Project meeting, is assembling and getting everyone on the same page. All of those Mormon military-Muslim gyms that Stone Cold Melton sleeping in his bed alone in an immaculate apartment in Eagle Rock, all of them in and out of not only that place, but yeah, we're going to work for all of LA because it's too easy, as you know, from a military standpoint, to sneak into. These dangerous folks are persona non grata. They show up with their, oh, for those of you who don't know, Mormon military Muslim gym is from a minute parable about a Mitt showing up on Jim's the door. He knocks on the door and it's a surprise. He says, I had to track you down. Why'd you move your family? Why'd you move your family? Why'd you move yourself? And I don't know if you can hear it. They have a physically identifiable parasite with a fear in his voice talking outside. That means Mormons. Oh, lots of parasites are physically identifiable. I know that's kind of hard to say, to understand. They come from all races and places, but this one is trying to interrupt the parable, interrupt my rhythm. And it stinks of the Mormons and the streets, the unseen business, whatever you might want to call it. It disappears. That stuff that doesn't exist when you pick up your phone and try to call me. 424-229-4140, not 1911 flight 93 check, and decade of asking. No certified mail, no non-certified mail. No FedEx, no UPS. Not those 93 checks or any of my attention getting imagery. That fun fiction, in it, the Mormons, Latter-day Sinners, LDS, proud of that title, they hide behind their, let's just say, darker ones. Because they can play both ways. Often they will say of the one and only, they play the race card, he plays the truth card. Right, check out my previous parables if you want to understand about that. Remember to have your slideshow going at that next party when I know you've witnessed those folks who knock on the door, not our on the street, unseen business stuff. Have that going. It's a big stack of those 4x6 photos. That's what the white is. It's prepared to be printed as 4x6 photos, even the 4 to a 4x6 print and the 2 to a 4x6 print. There's the 2. Here's the ones that'll fit in your wallet. Laminate, they'll last longer in your wallet. And hand them out to whoever knows about the Mormons would like to say that, or at least hand them the card, the 4x6 photo when they knock on the door. Oh, let me turn the light on. Where was I? Oh yeah, they hide behind that. They will have them be irritating, be annoying, and then when someone gets angry, and that parasite PR campaign of a specific nature has taught them to call them the N-word. So it's a tell in case you want to know. The Mormons, the Latter-day Sinners, they get the best of both. They get the angry, and then they work with that in one way, shape, form, or another. Back to my parable. It's been a lot of, I gotta do my sugar check. There's been a lot of very desperate folks, as I've been asking for a decade, and have yet to get one 911 flight 93 check. No certified mail, no non-certified mail, and that's what the Armies of Impersonators was the biggest disinformation campaign around. What they're in charge of, you come to LA, talk to them one only, you get introduced to one of those impersonators. You try to talk to the one, and someone shows up to another impersonator. Yes, I'm the bad guy who, as long as I brought up the dark ones and parasites in general, which come from all races and places. As long as I've done that, not telling your kids about what they don't see on TV, what they see the PR campaigns. I've talked to the Mideast PR campaign with NCIS and other shows. They've got Osama, a young Osama-looking guy on FBI. And of course, the first show I saw of him was about a marksman. And them hunting down the marksman, and yeah, Osama was a marksman. When all they showed was him shooting that rifle and doing that yoga. But yeah, you don't teach your kids to look both ways before crossing the street. That's your negligence as a parent, and it's true. I hope. If you don't tell who commits the majority of these type of crimes or that type of crimes, that is negligent. Now let me get to, I got Norman telling everybody their persona non grata. They're part of that MESA, insulin poisoning, and it's those who think long term, but Military-Mormon-Muslim Project and others think even longer term than that, meaning this was started way back in 2016 with me going to see Sony Ta on Skid Row, and of course past most of this year I've been injecting that Triceba insulin. Never felt anything until it hit me like a ton of bricks about the 20th of September. Bad smell of insulin for a couple of days or so, whiff every once in a while, but that bad taste that went along with it is still with me. And the bad feeling on top of what I already felt bad, the change, muscles, bones, organs, growing new pair of eyes, I'll show you that. And of course, that's one of those wounds, genetic ones, that put me in the hospital in 2014, put me in the wheelchair here. And those desperate folks are with those Mormon military Muslim gyms. You can call them those armies of impersonators you see, the this one, that one, the other one. Oh, the Mormons got a lot. The credit card one, the businessman one. It's all I've heard. That's the past year and a half I've been living here, back in the apartment, and living here, and you got Spectrum this way, you got a nice patio out there that way. The Roadhouse one, that's one I just heard about a month ago. Then they got the Big House one. The Jailhouse one, I've heard that one a lot with the Mormons. I need to get Excel going. Look for those documentaries of Mormons, perhaps, that happens often, out on Eagle Rock yelling porno for their impersonator to usually when I'm designing a good image, because they're not the smartest, they're in their little cartoon world and they literally think, I was supposed to, it's my memory device, I put it down there to take that stuff out of the window. I forgot to when I went across the street. It's, things are in the window. You can't hardly read them. It's got telephoto lens. It means I'm home. And I'm rarely out except to go across the Target to get food. I'm still working, waiting to hear from her. 294. That's fasting, guys. Nothing. I didn't have a sip of water this morning as I went across the street. It's coming up on noon. That means it's not me binging on sugar. It's a nice Dr. Stereo of the Good Samaritan back in 2014. You know, when I got me some old ding dongs, potato chips. He was sorry about me using the hospital food, and happened to eat the hospital food for the 70 plus days I was there. Potato chips, ding dongs, cookie, chocolate chip cookies, and man, I nibbled on them. I had a snack too. Meanwhile, it's a good long time. And no, they take your blood sugar there. It is whatever is with that gory wound that's going on genetically. And I believe Dr. Misa and, of course, Dignity Health with their ignoring of the insulin poisoning. And giving me something 8 times better than morphine. And I could feel it. It was 8 times better than morphine. And then pushing me out. No pain medicine. I'll show you these again. No pain medicine, no nothing. Dignity Health. You need to ask them. You can cut through all kinds of Dr. BS by simply saying, I got my wife's phone, I got it on speakerphone. I got your number from the back of a 5 or back of a Trump's phone gate. And I'd like to know, why isn't my phone working when I try to call John Melton Brady? What's your very active part in it? And don't forget the Deborah Lori and her gay husband. The disgracing the Navy, as he was in that, and he's an active part of America's Hijacked Lifeline. What do you know about this? Same before you go to Dignity Health as a doctor or send a loved one there. You check a person 5 in front of them, they don't know. What 99.93 check is, it speaks volumes. I've been asking for a decade. I've got all kinds of graphic art, all kinds of videos out there. They don't know what one is. It speaks volumes. Go find a decent doctor, decent medical folks. And also, LA Fire Department again and again. And I think that it goes to the Military-Mormon-Gyms with those among them in bed with impersonators, those Mormon, Muslim, military gyms. Speaks to that because, you know, come in, you from the military streets in one way, shape, form, or another, and you don't necessarily have to still be in the military. And you say, oh, well, we got a great way for you to make some extra bucks. Get that nice house you want, or send your kids to good school. Only have to tell that joke you got perfectly just once. It also goes for the serious stuff, what you believe in. And yeah, I'm telling you to make a 93 check right now. Brown eyes, what they look like most of my life. Oh, I'm still a little shaky. I've been eating my way through the insulin poisoning, and they're not getting me back on it. Mostly this brown, although this print is a little darker, you can see a little bit of light right there from 2013. This is 2014, and you can see the smaller, browner circles disappearing, the big blue circles growing in through and around. Don't try this at home. I am Melton, son of Carpenter and Mary. Daddy Carpenter worked on skyscrapers, Mom Mary Ann. I'm the son of Carpenter and Mary. I get to tell parables, and I'm going to build Jesus' immaculate house, those 1,000 points of light. Once you tear down the great wall of evil, that has just me and all of my imagery. You're going to find 25,000 plus at vote-truth.blogspot.com. And look for the 5s in their own folder. Look for the Mormons Beware in their own folder. And yes, I'm sick. I've got it on a couple of Google Drives, and I got it on the big collection of my Flickr. So look around, you'll probably find it, and remember to have those parties. Download, put it on flash drive. Hand out a big box of those Mormon Bewares if you've seen their character the way I have over the years. Now back to the fireman. Oh, I have to remember, that's a nice, make a nice photo. The fireman in bed. And the military streets giving it justice, or not giving it justice, giving it validity. Saying, don't worry, we're with the military. BS. Military People Project is telling you all. Anything in, when you're going after my wheelchair twice, just got out of the shop. from Chinese taunting, but once again, they go along with those military wolves, the Mormon military gems, provide cover often for the get my Halloween is coming up for them, as well as, you know, don't worry about it, firemen, cops, this, that, the other. We're here. So as Stormin, I don't know where that came from. As Norman tells them, anything with the military, they claim to be with the military, with those impersonators of Stone Cold in to take pot shots at them and to provide means of the opportunity to poison them, and then Dignity Health the opportunity to not to give them decent medical care. They're persona non grata. Anything saying they're military persona non grata in LA. And especially where Stone Cold Melton is. Yeah, the changing a little bit. Not changing as a wide variety it used to. It could be all hazed over, kind of the brown part there white, all white, and it looked kind of bluish with that, more bluish than it is with the outer blue growing in, bigger bluer eyes, smaller browner eyes on the way out with the help of that white. I hope to get back to my vitamins, but yeah, it's like my spaghetti. I tried eating it, and I think it accelerates the change too much. It kicks all that blood into gear, and then I'm in more pain. I'm doing my chicken every day for lunch, and that's is helping. It gets a lot of food in there. Yeah, I'm gonna try it this way this time. As I as Norman, excuse me. It says the military wants to show up in uniform and address what is a threat to national security in many ways. You can't reach me by phone, 424-229-4140. You get the boring thing, phone ring, everyone's a busy signal. Whatever boring thing you get to leave a message, I don't get it. You don't show up on the caller ID. Whatever boring thing you get, it's not going to be boring. You need the firemen, police, paramedics. I can bet. You can bet. It's going to be just as newsworthy if religious censorship should stop your phone from working for one reason or another, business or political as well. If they want to show up a threat to national security, and yes, it is a threat. You see a whole bunch of clean-shaven Mormons and bearded, dirty-faced bedsheet crew running around together like some kind of militiamen or terrorists, and you call up to say, it looks suspicious, I can't, I don't understand why they're doing that. If you do that, you can't reach, your phone is not allowed to work, or often as in my case, you don't know who you're talking to on the other end of the line. It can be bizarre sometimes. Oh, if you call up some official you don't know and you say, yeah, this looks suspicious, I want to report it. And the voice at the other end of the line says, okay, let me take down and yeah, it's American Hijacked Lifelines. Of course, any neighbors of something like that going on are going to have that managed phone system, aren't they? You know what my fun stuff is, and yes, Storman says, you know what to do with anyone showing up, claiming to be military, and they're not in the military in uniform, to knock on that door and address that threat. All soldiers, aim high, fly high, win this we will defend, honor, courage, commitment, and of course, Semper Paratus and Semper Fidelis. Call me from those military bases, 424-229-4140. All cops from police stations all across America, all firemen from the fire stations all across America, all priests, those in your pews, their phones, your phone, Make those videos. 424-229-4140. Post. Whatever boring thing you get, it's not going to be boring. And yes, you gauge the likelihood. If you're calling up, cold calling customers and get that boring thing, it's so Microsoft. Gates can get the business, or Spectrum, or Walmart, or whatever's big name in any business, and with cops and firemen, their business is saving folks' lives. You can't reach me right now, 424-229-4140. You don't know how many folks in your neighborhood cities can't reach you or can't reach you in a timely fashion. Make that video, post that video, and spread the word. All those Mormon military-Muslim gyms, especially those with the Mormons. Remember to hand out that Mormons beware. They are persona non grata anywhere near Stone Cold. Stormy says you know what to do with them. Yeah, military wants to show up and address the threat to national security that is our hijacked lifelines that lots of Americans have made videos of over the past decade plus. That's great. I have wit. We'll travel. Show me a good place. To build Jesus' Immaculate House, to design my imagery. Yeah, when you see something besides me and my changing eyes and LA and clouds in my imagery, we start to build Jesus' Immaculate House. You have to call it Jesus' Immaculate House. I do. You can call it an opportunity house, opportunity for all kinds of businessmen from all kinds of businessmen, construction, you name it. All kinds of good folks from all kinds of walks of life to build a better world. But I have to tell you, it's an Immaculate House. Jesus' Immaculate House. Because there will be a test at the end. I hear it's pass, fail, or purgatory.